The name Zoro, where did you get it from?
Where I got it from?
Yeah.
It came to me. It actually, like, during my secondary school days, I used to be a very stubborn child. Like, I used to fight a lot. I still have scars, my body, as a street boy, you get me? So, and then my dad always tell me, like, tell us in the house, like, Zelong rap okunoka. Zelong is try to dodge temptations and stay out of trouble. So then when I did, I'm a Catholic. So after Holy Communion, you do confirmation. So when I did confirmation in school, I wanted to turn a new leaf. I wanted to stop fighting. I wanted to stop giving my mom headache, and my dad would always complain all the time. So I had to carve the acronym at the back of my shirt. Like if you're in the boarding school, carve stuff at the back of your shirt. So I carved Zoro at the back of my shirt, like that. So from there, people started calling me Zoro. It didn't really make sense then, but I just wanted to have that thing like at the back of my mind all the time. So like I don't have to give these people headache anymore. They know. So from there, they started calling me the name, and then.
So how did the music start for you?
The music started because, first of all, there's no work in Nigeria. So imagine that I'd gone to school. I spent 6 years in the uni, I'll come out, and there will be no job for me to do. In my own hostel, you see people that can break people's cupboard, people that can do a lot of bad things, people that will go to adoration at night, people that will not go to anything. Then I said, okay, let there be something good happening in my own hostel. I called two of my friends, Okiti Bolabo and OZ Wankano. OZ used to be the hype man. Okiti Bolabo would make beats from cupboards and stuff. Me, I'll freestyle, even though then I usually don't make sense with anything that I was doing. So when we left CIC Enugu, they stopped. I continued because I wanted to do marine engineering, but I wrote JAMB like 3 times. I did not pass. So I was at home. There was no work to do. I discovered music, and I continued doing it. Until people started liking what I was doing. My friends be like, "Oh, you should take this thing seriously." So I went to church. I went to the Blessed Sacrament. I knelt down. I said, God, I don't want to be deceiving myself. I don't want to force myself to do what's in my calling. If this is the path you want me to be on, give me a sign.
For champagne, but tell them up me. We will win for the bunch of me. He can watch us Zoro, no fake can address him. I get tantalizer for appetizer. She did more.
So what was it like for you? You grew up listening to artists like Nigerian who rap in their native dialect, and now you're in that shoe. How does it feel like?
I remember a night that I played Mr. Ross' album, like, let me not exaggerate, like 25 times. Because I come from a very, 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 very normal background, and then we didn't have like a DVD in the house. Then I had a friend of mine that lived in the compound, like a young boy had a DVD, so I'll go to his room, I'll slot the album, I'll play it over and over and over and over again. Like that's how much of a Mr. Ross fan that I am up till today. So he's a legend. He created this whole thing we're enjoying now. So I feel very, very grateful that that God has been able to make ways for me to get to this point, and we're just getting started.
So how do you describe the kind of music you make?
Lately I've been able to. I used to call it culture pop. Like my music is highly cultural. What I try to do is to bring the balance, like to bridge that space that's between pop and culture. Like a lot of people tend to shy away from it, like, oh, it's too local, oh, is that. So what I want to do, what I always try to do in my music and my videos is try to bridge that gap, to make people understand that it's okay to appreciate, to be proud of where you come from. It's okay to, to take your time and look at the beautiful side of our culture instead of always tagging it ras and local and whatever. It is beautiful.
Don't you think that would limit the expansion of your sound beyond Africa? Considering the fact that mostly our music is going global.
Yeah, like our music, Afrobeat is going global. That's because someone invented it, and then a lot of people were able to exploit it, like make it bigger. What I'm trying to do, if people that, a lot of people will still queue into it, for sure, with time to come, it will get bigger. And you never can tell. You don't know where the wave is going to go tomorrow. You might just bring it to culture, because it's original, it's our sound. Nobody can do more than us. So it all depends on how you prepare it, how you put it out there.
So don't you feel that someone listening to your music and can't really relate to the words will still end up enjoying your music? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly, yeah, because I also try to I try as much as possible to stay true to my music too. Like, you can tell, you can sense the feelings when you listen to my record. And then I also try to put into consideration people that don't understand what I say. So I keep the vibe very strong. And then for the people that understand what I say, I put everything 50-50. You don't understand what I say, okay, the bounce has to be correct. The vibe has to be there. There has to be, something you're feeling when you're listening to this, because you don't understand what I say. And then for the people that understand what I say, it's a plus too. So I try to put a balance when I record. And then also when I make the commercial ones, I try to chip in one or two, pidgin, English there, here and there and stuff. So.
Talking about making Igbo rap music, so far so good. If you just have like few names like you, Mr. Raw, and Fino. Is there like a plan for the three of you to collaborate on a particular song and work on a particular song?
I have worked with the two of them. I have worked with Fino. I have featured him, and he has also featured me in his album. And then we've recorded a couple of songs in his upcoming album too. And Mr. Raw, I have worked with him, we've recorded a couple of songs too, but we have not had like a song where, that has had myself, Mr. Raw and Fino. And it might happen, let's see how it goes.
Now, talking about being signed to a record label, when I checked your profile online, I saw like 5 different record labels. I could not even pinpoint who you are signed to.
Myself?
Yeah.
I'm not signed to any record label. I have been doing this thing by myself. Even though at first I wanted to work with people, some people that came along, but you know how this thing is. I tried to work with a couple of record labels, but things didn't really go how I wanted them to go. Because nobody can tell your dream more than you. Nobody follow you dream the dream. Now you dream the dream. Now you the dream. Now you guys stuck how it be. So most of the times, the times that I allowed myself get to work with some people, they didn't understand the dream, and I still love them. For someone to come out for you and say they want to work with you, that's a lot already. So I love and I appreciate them, but nevertheless, the differences were there, so things didn't really work.
So what's your take on artist-record label relationship? It's like a common recurrence in Nigerian entertainment to see a musician leaving his record label and the record label taking such musician to court. What's your take on all those? Do you feel the artist is more at fault, or the blame lies on the record label?
It all depends on the type of deal you've got. I feel like some people see like a sort of a thing to the ones that are not very 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 strong. I wouldn't talk about the Mavins, I wouldn't talk about them Chocolates. These ones are very strong record labels that over time, done this thing, and we've seen them blow artists here and there. I'm talking about the ones that when they see an artist balling, you say, I see a Fino with his new car, a Rolls Royce, a big house, and be like, I want to invest into this thing. And when they come with that motive, I want to invest because they are seeing the dividends of someone that is already established. He ends up, with a lot of struggle, because they want to put money today and get it tomorrow, and they don't care, how you feel or how you have your things going out. They just care about results. I'm giving you this money, I want it back. And then some people also do it in a way that, that's my artist now. Oh yeah, come. Talk to Chinyere on the phone. Talk to my artist. Now all those stuff. Come on, we're not playing. This is serious business. So I feel like there's just very few record labels that are up to standard, that are actually meant to be called record labels in Nigeria. The other ones are just, I feel like we just, what can I name it?
Yeah, talking about the recent happenings in Nigeria, where we have SARS brutality, police brutality and all.
SARS?
Yeah, you had an occurrence with them last year in September. So what's your take on the whole problem and the whole issue on ground?
I come from the streets, yeah. I don't support crime, yeah. But I always stick to what I've always said from onset. I feel like my grandpa will always tell you that, I don't know how to put this in English, like if a stream is bad, like if it's bad, if it's not clean, like you don't have to treat it from the middle. You're meant to go to the place where it comes out from to treat it. That's when you get good results in other part of it. So I feel like we're trying to treat our problems from the middle. Like there's a place where this thing is coming from, and if we don't see solution to treating the problem properly, I think we keep talking about this thing for a very long time. Yeah, because if this one stops, another one will come. Because the father of these problems has not been dealt with. So it will keep, everywhere. It will keep having baby mamas, children, everywhere. But we're praying. Nigeria is the house of God.
What's your take on the direction that the Nigerian music industry is currently taking? Now the international scene, they're beginning to accept our sounds and all. What's your take on this?
I feel like that's the only thing that is working properly in Nigeria now. Get me? Like outside Nigeria, people are really happy with the growth that has happened to our industry, and Nollywood is also doing us proud. Since these other people don't want to do us proud, Nigerian musicians are doing us proud. Burna Boy is doing us proud. Davido is doing us proud. Zlatan is doing us proud. Fino, Flavor, Kiss Daniel, Zoro, doing Nigeria proud. And in Nollywood, I see them like they've improved a lot, and then a lot of our comedians too are doing us proud. Like, it's really growing. Being outside the country, the Zanku dance is strong. It's the legwork thing. Shaku used to be strong when it was in vogue, and now Zanku is here, and it's crazy how you see people from different countries, wanting to cue into the Niger vibe. It makes me proud. Like now, if I travel to a country that's not Nigeria, I wear Nigeria jersey. You need to know that I'm Nigerian. You need to know that I come from where this whole sauce comes from. So it's a beautiful thing now to be Nigerian. Apart from this other things that's not working.
We are slowly entering the second quarter of 2019. I'll still be right to ask you, what are your plans for the year? My plan
is
any album in the work or stuff.
No, unless it's picture album, like no albums yet. Maybe I haven't really dropped any materials for over 10 months, so like songs and stuff. So I'll start putting out songs. Next Friday I'll be putting out my first single of the year, and then after that it's back to back. Album will happen next year, but this year is just dropping music and videos.
So like,
chicken and rice.
Are you not bothered? Like someone would come and take your, Nigeria is filled with a lot of creative. So you saying you just want to be eating rice and chicken? Don't you feel bothered?
I am not bothered. I did not get to this point bothered. Like the way my music comes, it comes to me. It comes when it comes. I never force it. So most of the time when I want to record, it's not there. I'll sit down and watch TV and play PS4. And then because of how my journey has been, and me being fully aware that God is involved in what I do, I don't panic. And what I want our music to grow. I want to have more Igbo rappers. I want to have more artists from the East. Like, when like all this while Fino's been doing it, nobody thought no one else could do it and still make money out of it. But because my journey has been on God's wing. I've been able to carve my own niche, collecting my own small money, and meeting fine girls. And now I'm here. They're doing me interview. If I'm not Zoro, I will not be here.
Bada up and down, Balenciaga up and down. boys and girls, up and down. And if you Lego, up and down.
On the last note, what are you here for as a musician?
What is it?
What do you to remember for as a musician? The last note.
Yeah, that, like I said it before, what I want to do is to show people how beautiful African culture is. Now, I'm planning to expand, not just doing the whole Igbo culture thing, bringing it to the West and taking it outside. Because if you go to Ghana, there's cultural Ghana music. These are things I want to exploit, you know. And then over time, when our children will come, we'll be like, oh, because the way things are going, I think there will be a very, very need for something that will remind people of where we come from in the future. Because I feel like people are shying away from it now. And my videos and my music would serve as a reminder of what like African culture, African cultural music is supposed to sound like, of what African culture looks like. It would serve as a reminder for the upcoming ones of what they missed when before they came into this world. So, because I know it will not be there anymore. Even if it's there, it will be very, very little. Like 20 years or 30 years.
So thank you very much for coming. We're glad to have you today.
Thank you very, very much.